As the years advanced, here on Vega Astro we've been having a bit of a Gemini season, first looking at the star of Pollux and also the constellation itself. Of course, there's still one big story to be told, that of Beta Geminorum, or Castor as it's better known. The thing is though, Castor is not your average star. To be honest, it's not even one star at all, but a multiple star system made up of 6 individual stars. Hi everyone, Vega here, and in today's video we return to our brightest star series to visit an incredible star system, which forms one of the most famous stars of all in our night sky, Castor. So let's get to it. Castor is 51 light years away from Earth, and appears to the naked eye as a single star. It was first recorded as a double star in 1718 by James Pound, but some think the star may have been resolved into at least 2 sources of light by Cassini as early as 1678. Despite being the alpha star, the star of Castor is only the second brightest star in the constellation of Gemini. With an apparent visual magnitude of 1.58, it makes the 23rd brightest star in the sky. Slightly fainter than Regulus in Leo and Adara in Canis Major, Castor does just outshine Shaula in Scorpius or Bellatrix in Orion. Appearing singular to the naked eye, it's actually a sextuple star system, organised into 3 eclipsing binary pairs. Eclipsing binary means that when we have 2 close stars that move together in an orbit, they're placed in space in relation to Earth so that the light of one at times is hidden behind the other. The system, it seems then, is extremely complicated, and you'll have to bear with me while I attempt now to explain how the system works. In this graphic we see first of all Castor is composed of 3 separate binary pairs, designated Castor A, Castor B and Castor C. Castor A itself is composed of 2 blue-white A-class stars, Castor AA and Castor AB. Castor AA is known to have a mass of 2.37 suns, and thought to be a late-stage A1 main sequence star, and almost indeed in the B-class, whereas Castor AB is more difficult to determine, although it's probably or possibly another A-class star of similar stature. Unlike the 3 visual components, the 6 individual stars cannot be resolved in a telescope, and so they are only identified as binary systems through their spectral lines. Castor B is composed of Castor BA and Castor BB. Castor BA is determined as an AM star, and what this means is that we're not quite sure of where it lies within the A class, but we do know that it is a metal-rich star. Its partner, Castor BB, again, is another undetermined star because its light is hidden behind, for the most part, its binary partner, but it is possibly a K-type orange dwarf, or perhaps at most a Sun-like G-type yellow star. Finally, Castor C is the dimmer component and thought to be comprised of 2 highly identical, high-range red dwarf stars, with both components possibly verging on, or indeed even just entering the K-class, with solar masses of around 0.6 suns each, although the stars again are quite difficult to determine. This Castor C pairing were also discovered to vary in brightness with a regular period. It's thought due to areas of different brightnesses on the surface of one, or even both stars, as well as irregular flares. Flares, of course, are something that channel regulars will know, are not unusual characteristics of red dwarf stars. All 6 Castor stars are bound to each other by gravity and share a common motion through space. Castor A pairing and Castor B pairing orbit each other with a period of 445 years, and the main pairing of Castor AB and Castor C complete a much more distant orbit of every 14,000 years. The individual components of each pairing have much shorter orbital periods though, with around 9.2 days for Castor AA and AB, 2.9 days for Castor BA and Castor BB, and only 0.814 days for Castor CA and CB. In essence, and please forgive the rather basic analogy, but the Castor system could be thought of as 3 separate marriages, but all of those marriages are happy to live and share their lives together. In this incredible picture, we can see the primary pairings of Castor A and Castor B resolved, which in itself is difficult enough, whereas in this equally stunning photograph we see Castor as a single star, to the north of its perennial partner Pollux, to the south. Of course, both stars make up the 2 heads of the Gemini twins, twin half-brothers in Greek and Roman mythology. Although it's quite difficult here, we can just about make out a yellow tinge in the Pollux star, whereas Castor is more definitely the whiter or the bluer of the pairing. In fact, if we were actually to take each individual pairing of stars as one, we can see how colourful they are. In this diagram, we see the BV colour index, which is a photometric system usually employed for classifying stars according to their colours. Here we see that the Castor A and Castor B systems are technically very slightly yellow tinged, but really almost pure white, whereas Sun of course is clearly yellow. Pollux has become orange and the Castor C pairing is an orange verging towards red. Interestingly, although the combined apparent magnitude of all 6 stars is 1.58, if we did separate out the individual components, the primary pairing, Castor A, has an apparent magnitude of plus 1.93, which interestingly, and in a strange twist of Gemini fate, if the Castor A pairing were alone, they would actually only be the third brightest star in Gemini, as Gamma Geminorum, or Alena, would now actually be slightly brighter at plus 1.92. So Castor B's apparent magnitude of plus 2.97 actually helps keep Castor brighter to our eyes, while Castor C, with an apparent magnitude of plus 9.83, would be completely invisible to the naked eye. And in all fairness to the small red dwarf pairing, they do make little difference to the Castor system's overall brightness from Earth. Isn't it curious that Gemini's alpha star is actually already dimmer than the beta star of Pollux, and indeed all 6 stars are dependent on each other to keep them brighter as a grouping than Gemini's third star of Alena. Castor, it seems, is a star system that definitely knows the meaning of teamwork. In today's final graphic, we imagine what the Castor system would look like if we were to view it from Saturn's beautiful moon of Titan, and it were to join the Sun in the centre of the solar system. First, for reference, the Sun at Titan shines at minus 21.93, and of course Titan would slowly warm up as the Castor stars appear, but first the Castor C red dwarf pairing would not really make that much difference. Both stars would shine at approximately minus 19.9 apparent magnitudes. Next, the Castor B pairing appear, and this remains speculative again. As already mentioned, we don't really know the parameters of the second star, so it is only speculative. But we do know for certain that BA would shine at approximately minus 24.86, which is around 14 times brighter than the Sun would be, from the same distance of course. Titan of course continues to warm, but now we see the Castor AA and AB stars appear. Again, the details are only known for AA, and it would shine at minus 26.68, which isn't all too dissimilar from the brightness we see our own Sun from Earth. Lighting up Titan's sky, the fragile moon begins to thaw, and over time it would experience huge temperature changes, possibly leading it to have Earth-like temperatures, if not perhaps even warmer. Castor is a sextuple star system in the constellation of Gemini. Despite being Gemini's alpha star, it's only the second brightest in the constellation. In an incredibly complex system, Castor is composed of 3 binary pairings of stars that range from Castor AA, a large A1 main sequence star, to 2 large for the category, red dwarf stars. The binary nature of the pairings make it difficult to distinguish the partner stars. Individually, each star would be substantially dimmer from Earth, but as a grouping they make up the 23rd brightest star in the night sky. If the Castor stars were to join our Sun in our solar system, places like Titan would likely become more habitable, but it would probably be curtains for life on our Earth. Let's talk about these stars as much as we can as we move out of Gemini season. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you would like to support the channel further, you could consider joining the channel and becoming a member, or alternatively buying me a coffee, and I'll link this in the description. Thanks to those of you who have already done so. And if you have any videos or subjects that you'd like to see brought to life, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, and it could just be your idea next week that shows up. Take really good care of yourselves and look after your friends and family well, and I'll see you on the next one.